here, the not just internet space, even the way we see things here, we try to be civil about it, because it's important that we watch our words, since we cannot take them back. The same things with what we put on the internet space and what we say, it almost never be wiped away from the internet space. Now, why am I saying that? We see Senator Adams Oshomole, he was informing Nigerians as his don't blame President Tinubu. And Adams Oshomole is the senator representing Edo North, and he says Nigerians are still suffering the consequences of the reckless policies of former President Muhammadu Buhari. He was speaking during an interview on national television on Sunday, and he said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not be held responsible for the right or wrong decisions taken by the previous administration. During the interview, the senator, was asked if it is not his party, the All Progressive Congress, that has brought Nigeria to its current economic depression, and that was exactly what he had to say. Now, Nigerians, of course, went all the way back to dig out a flashback of how Oshomole blamed Jonathan for the economic crisis when Buhari was in power. Now, he, like I said, he's the senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, and he's a two-time governor of Edo State, and he has demonstrated a panache for blaming Nigeria's woes over previous governments. Barely after 2 months, when former President Goodluck Jonathan handed over government to the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari, this was in 2015, the country was plunged into economic crisis, which of course is not even as difficult as right now. Now, Oshomole then, as sitting governor of Edo State, without mincing words, blamed the challenges on what he labeled recklessness of Jonathan's government. And this was barely 2 months after the president assumed office. Now, he was on a program on national television yesterday, again program on the same television where he made this comment in July 2015, and he said the crisis we have at the moment is not a flash. It is going to be more. It is going to be here for some time. I feel that what has happened is that at the peak of all bloom, prices are high, and people made projections and budgets were drawn up on the basics of those numbers, and along the line there was a sharp drop. So if the federal government had been stopped from borrowing, the federal government would have defaulted much earlier than the states. A number of months that the federal government would have been worse than the worst state in the federal. And now it got a lot of Nigerians wondering, is this a trend in a bid to avoid taking responsibilities for what is the current reality? We try to shift the blame to the current reality. We try to shift the blame to somebody else. But I thought we knew before we veered for that position, because we have been talking about, corruption in Nigeria has been difficult. Everyone comes and wants to take the national cake. So if you are vying to occupy that position, you're worth it and determined to working those things out. That is why you're there in the first place. But shifting blames, and yet again, we are in a position where we are still shifting blames from who is this now to the person who just handed over. What do you guys make of this? What do we make of this? We'll have this conversation right here on the General Open Banters, and I'm hoping that would have your contributions and your takes on these issues as well. Now, we see also the president talking about how Nigeria will become the next exporter of food. This is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he is determined, I think we did read that on the news, he is determined to boosting the agricultural system of the nation, which is very important, because in the 1960s, 1970s, Nigerians were major exporters of food. We depended solely on, what we produced in our farms. Nigerians for about 1 month at that time. So now the president has pledged his allegiance and his determination to end the rising hunger and hardship in Nigeria by focusing on the agricultural sector. Now, he said the government will do everything possible to expand food production and become a net exporter amid rising hunger and hardship in Nigeria. Ajuri Ngelale, who is a special advisor to the president on media and publicity, disclosed this in a statement after a delegation from Global Chidaniya Movement, led by Khalif Mohammed, visited Tinubu at the presidential villa in Abuja. Now, moving forward, we see also that NLC says they may demand 1 million naira as minimum wage. Why NLC may demand 1 million naira as minimum wage? This is from Joe Ajero, who is the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, and he has said that checked. Now, Ajero said the demand for organized labor would be determined by the cost of living, which has skyrocketed since President Bola Tinubu came to power following the removal of fuel subsidy and other policies. And the union in a statement said that they were furious over the government's failure to implement a 16-point agreement signed in October 2023, which aimed to address the massive suffering caused by the hike in petrol prices and naira devaluation policies blamed for the worsening hardship and inflation. Now, we reported last week that some of the northern states said they were going to hoard food, and anyone who is caught, transporting food out of the northern region to other parts of the country, they would seize the item and distribute it to people. Now, we see also that it was reported yesterday that Kano State seals the warehouses hoarding foodstuff, confiscates essential goods. Now, the Kano State Police Complaint and Anti-Corruption Commission on Sunday, February 11th, confiscated essential goods running to several millions of naira stocked in 10 warehouses at the Dawanu International Commodity Market in Kano Metropolis. Now, the commission had set up an intelligence mechanism and launched a manhunt on food hoarders who imposed untold hardship on the citizens. And like someone rightly said here, sometimes we also perpetrate we are perpetrators of the ills that go on, in the society. I think Soso was saying one time that people have foods in their warehouses, food stuff in their warehouses, but they would rather leave it there so that when the prices of these things skyrocket, they can now start selling it at the new price, even when they got it at a lesser rate. Does this make sense at all? Is it a business strategy? Is it an economic policy that we don't even know about? We have thousands of people out there, dying of hunger, unable to even afford one square meal. Why are we hoarding this food? This is General Open Mantis. Let's open up the phone lines so that we can have contributions. 09073530044 or 09087668888. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Martha.
Selassie, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good to have you join us.
Happy World Radio Day.
Thank you. Happy World Radio Day.
Honestly, I want to sincerely appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm speaking to you, I have about 4 small radios on which I normally charge.
Wow.
Once this battery go down, I go to the other. In fact, my wife was kind of laughing at me yesterday. How I, listening to. I say, Macha, I'm addicted to radio. And I learned down from my father. I grew up. Seeing my father listening to what you see him listening to the news. In fact, in a day, he will say, hey, somebody should tell me what happened today. And because of that, I grew up listening to the radio. So I want to sincerely appreciate you guys on the social media, on radio, and other people. The Great and others. In a day, I listen to 5 different radio stations.
Wow.
I shift from one program to another. For me to balance the equation.
Well,
so these are the things.
In that case, happy World Radio Day to you too.
So thank you, my sister.
Right.
And let me start with the talk of Adams Oshiomhole. You know how I remember in those days when Adams Oshiomhole was you that can do. In fact, I remember when they were in position, they say a serious government can fix life in 6 months. And Buhari came. Buhari couldn't do anything. They were talking of designing. Do you know that even the Buhari as the Minister of Petroleum would have been more than designing? Because even at the time of designing, at least our refinery were working at maybe 20 to 25%. But he came in as the Minister of Petroleum. Our refinery work, we believe that this one, in fact, some people see him as he's beyond human. That he can change this country. He can turn this country around. Now he's still blaming Buhari again. You see the blame then? So sometimes if you like buy brand new tools to a man, if you don't know his fault, he doesn't know his fault. Me too. To be sincere, I'm not blaming Tinubu. All these wars that we find ourselves in the past administration, they borrow and people we are looking. So these are the things in the aspect of this thing. Then come to the aspect of food. Yes, I have him. when he was speaking to Tijania, yes, our president speak well, but this thing won't be, it can't happen without security. Most of the food being consumed in this country is being produced by this local farmer. How many farmers, how many villagers? I think I was in Kaduna last week. Most of the villagers have devastated. Most of the youth that use normally irrigation farming are not there. They have gone away because of what? Because of kidnappers. This kidnapper one day will say, as I'm speaking to you, a widow, a family member now, the kidnapper, they are demanding for 40 million. Where are we going to get 14 million? So these are the issue. So the kidnapper, even in the southwest, kidnapper, in the southeast, in the south, in the northeast, look at what happened in Katsina. They went to market, they opened fire and they about 40 people. So these are the things. If he can be able to cope insecurity, we are not ready. Nigeria are hardworking people. Make fertilizer available to Nigeria. This chemical they use for irrigation, for farming, available. Nigeria will export. So I remember we used to export the granite, wheat, and other things, cotton, and so on and so forth. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Salasi, for your contribution right there. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Mata.
Yeah, welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
My name is GB.
GB, it's good to have you. Let's hear you.
Yes. I want to appreciate you for giving us this platform to have robust, intelligent, and mature discussion.
Thank you.
Number one, the president telling some delegates of one religious sect who faces setting that is planning that Nigeria will soon be export of food of agri-produce.
Yeah.
And I have some people having problem with that. Me, as a CEO of this country, as a commander-in-chief, do you want them to be telling them that they cannot perform, I will not do anything? You give message of hope. Even as parents in the house, when you have challenges in the family, you don't come and be weeping before your children and be saying, you children, this are hard, my this and this. You give them hope, you give them something to hold on to. So I don't know why people have problem with that. And I'm saying that he has said the right thing. He's not saying he will do it today. He said, look, this is the plan I have. And in this man, don't let's spend 7-8 months out of 4 years. Meaning that in the third or fifth or third, in the second or third year, he can achieve it. It's a process. It's not a magician that will press a button, everything will just show into place. People are saying, how can it be? Look at insecurity here and there. This farmer will go to farm. Are we not eating today? Like I always say, if this food we are eating in our market, I've been to many markets. My wife goes to market almost like every month. He has not told me, look, there's no food in the market. And you are there as a woman, you are not going to tell her, look, I was in Wuse, Gariki, I was in Otaku market. No beans, no food though. If this food we are eating today, if it's coming from 1 square meter of a land, let government support that place and let them produce more. That's what the president is saying. The insecurity is not all over Nigeria. In Abuja here, Guada are still planting yam and other things here. Let them support them. In the southwest, not every place is affected by Boko Haram or let them support them so that we can increase our productivity. All year farming we can see achieving even despite the challenge of security. I mean, the people I live in this is as if everywhere in there there's Boko Haram on every street. Why? When they're talking about it, if you go out now, somebody will just carry you and kidnap and put in his pocket. Yeah, we have to deal with security. I'm not playing that, but we can't say because of that we should not support the farmers.
Okay. The issue.
I said he would do it.
All right. Yes? The issue here, I think, GB, is not about the availability of food. At what cost, really? This is the major problem because of the truth. Okay.
That's what the president is saying. That if that is going to empower the farmer with more mechanized farming. When the farmers are get enough mechanized seed, fertilizer, they will increase productivity and there will be a lot of food to increase more. And I'm telling the governors of those states where there's no security, even there is security, a place where there's no security, in this season, all the fertilizer they need, support they need to make that those who are able to go to farm have enough resources to plant so that we can have bumper harvest becoming something.
Thank you.
And therefore for labor, we ask for 1 million naira. This man ought to be in the news. Sometimes I don't take him serious again. Look as if it's not serious with this job. Because don't make jest and make a cash of everything that we are good at 1 million naira. I mean, no government today will be able to pay between more than 60,000 naira as minimum wage. What those things he's saying does, I mean, let him be serious now.
All right, thank you for your contribution right there. Hello, good morning.
I plan to have this question, right? Under Buhari administration, there was this program that Buhari did. Is it Rise that they launched at Airport Road?
Rice meal?
Right? Yeah, Rise meal that Buhari launched. That they hit Rise at the Airport Road. That's beside this thing. What happened to that program? And the Rise, immediately after the program, everything just disappeared. Like everything just went, and we immediately asked what happened thereafter. Was it that the Rise was taken away to where? What happened? Till today, we did not hear anything. Well, I don't know. But for the what we are going through, we don't need their support. Please, let them not speak for us. Let them speak for ourselves. Whatever they are fighting for is for their personal gain. They say not because the butcher man is so benevolent for us to eat meat, it's because of what goes to him, right? Most of the time, it's not all the time. These people will come out, they give us hope. Okay, there's this thing. After 2-3 meetings at night, we just wake up and then we say, oh, go back to work. We don't need them again. For me, as far as we don't need them. Let them just go and sit down. We'll fight for ourselves. We have a platform to fight. We know what to do. Let them go and sit down. 1 million from where? Who will pay 1 million? I don't understand. Why are you making it look as if you are making? Why? How? So that we start talking to 90, let's see, we have not come to terms. Because government will be saying, okay, 70, you are saying no, 900, you are saying 800, government is saying 110. What kind of, I don't understand. And then for the warehouse, matter, just give it like 3 days, right? That story will die down. Just give it like 2 or 3 days. The owner of that warehouse will call, and before you know, call will reach another call. Before you know, you will not hear anything again. It has happened before. This one will not be the first time. The only thing is that let farmers go back to farm. People are not farming again. What do you expect? Go to Benue, go to most of those states that farms. People are not farming. Go to Niger, go to this place. People are not doing anything.
All right.
So what do you expect?
We're hoping that just as the president has promised, a more mechanized and developed system of farming will be implemented. Thank you so much, Susu, for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Mata.
All right. You have a lovely day. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mata.
Yes, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. This is Comrade Arena on the line.
Comrade, it's good to have you.
Thank you very much. Happy World Radio's Day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think let me react on the labor union. The labor union are just fighting for their union, and what they are asking for, no government can even approve that 200 minimum wage for them. Talk less of going to 1 million. It will also increase more. What is it called? Inflation. They should sit down and start negotiating with federal government on forcing government to implement all their promises. What are those promises? From day one, from his speech, he says subsidy has gone. And he also make pronouncement that so amount of CNG bus will be provided to alleviate the transportation issues that Nigeria will be passing through. This is over 8 months now. No single CNG bus have entered the shore of Nigeria. Can they recall Mr. President on his speech and say, sir, this is what you said? You understand? And NNPC have said that there is no any increment in the price of fuel. See, this 10 naira they are adding, by the time they add it 10 times, that is 100 naira with 10 naira. We are not getting a complaint panel where we can lodge our complaint. Master, do you know for the past, from Friday to Saturday in Kuje here, there is a kind of scarcity of fuel.
And these things, the annoying thing is these things are man-made. comrade, honestly, some of these things are man-made because there is fear.
Some people just
They heard you.
yes. Some people just derive joy from seeing the masses.
And it
passing through.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense
You know, some of us are not patriotic.
at all.
Sincerely
At
speaking,
all.
just all they are just after. Let me make this money, at the detriment of others to suffer. No, that's not what other civilized country passes through. See, the government need to wake up and start listening. See, I have that faith and believe that they listen to radio and TV stations, and I'll never give up in complaining on radio, any platform I found myself. Yesterday we had the one to regulate social media matter. That one is another different ball game. It is not our major challenge now. People are complaining of high cost of price. The food. What they are looking at is how to regulate social media.
All right.
Which I believe because they do that, that's the only platform that connects the ordinary Nigerians. Matter. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, comrade, for your contribution there. Let's take this. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you, Mata. Good morning.
Oh, Basanjo, how are you doing today?
So, Mata. Problem there, well, servant, Mata.
Let's hear you.
This Nigerian, Mata, is it a cause for Nigerian? If it is not a cause for Nigerian, why the cause? Why the leader of Nigeria are treating people like this? Do we pray to have this oil? Do we ask God, say, God, give us oil? We pray, say, God, give us oil in Nigeria. Do we pray to tell God that give us trees in Nigeria? Do we pray to tell God that give us land that we can harvest plenty yam, corn, and other things, palm oil and others, good trees? Do we pray? Do we tell God those things before He give us? Do we pray for that water that God give us? Plenty of water. Do we pray for God to give us gold?
All
That
right.
today the big men are taking advantage of it. They are leaving us like this. Like my brother said, they listen to radio, but they turn the radio upside down. Like some people read the Bible, who turn it upside down and do their things. That is what they are doing. I am not blaming them. I am blaming the whole masses of the country. The institutions that they set up for us to enjoy, the institutions have become like them. That is the judiciary and the security personnel, especially the police. They are the ones that are overseeing what the politicians are doing. But they are not seeing those things. The judiciary, they are the ones to judge, to jail president in the prison. They refuse. Why? Because they have been taking this advantage.
All right, Obasanjo. Let's leave it right there.
Matter. Wallahi, we are not safe in this country. If this government don't take and listens to the masses of this country. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who contributed. And yes, like the last caller before, Basanjo, he said that it is important that we know what our contributing roles to the things we see happening in this country is. Yes, of course, the government had their part to play, but we also, as citizens, we have our part to play. You know, we have our own parts definitely to play in nation building and in ensuring that this hardship on
So catchy, makes you feel good.
102.3 Abuja.
Shout out to my one and only. Now you be my hello bank. In game, you're one in a me.
Made up my mind to leave yesterday, but you were always. I belong to you. You won't stop telling me the shit I expect.
see other audio. Eagles 102.3.
All right, welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We have a few more minutes before we wrap up the show right here on the General Open Banters at Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Let's keep the calls coming through. Let's know what your thoughts are and your contributions as regards the topics we have lined up for discussion today. The numbers are 09073530044 or 09087668888. Send us a message on WhatsApp on 09097054450. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Yes, I'm George from Midday.
All right, let's hear you.
Yes, I want to talk about the issue of the union that want to ask government to give us 1 million. Actually, what I would have suggested is that the union should demand not only for the workers alone, the government itself should give Nigerians 1 million naira in a big.
That ended before it started. Please do call us back. Let's hear you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
My name is Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Yeah, I do.
All right, thank you. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
I just own my radio now. What is the topic on the ground?
All right, I'm sorry. Please just keep listening. I'm sure someone would, make draw attention to that. We have very limited time here.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can't get you where I can't hear you.
All right. Please do keep listening, and I'm sure someone will be able to help you with that because we'll not be able to go all the way, with what we have read. Now, I know a lot of people have different things to say about the NLC president, Joe Ajero, talking about the 1 million naira minimum wage. Well, if I understand that, he's just talking about the increasing rate of food and everything, the cost of living for the working community here in Nigeria. And if it keeps increasing, it might get up to 1 million. I know that sounds very exorbitant, and very unrealistic, but I'm guessing it's just a figurative expression. Otherwise, we all know that 1 million naira might just be quite impossible for us, seeing where we are economically as a nation right now. But whatever the case is, there's need to talk about the increment in the minimum wage for workers, because it is getting pretty tight right here. It is getting quite extremely tight, and we're hoping that he'll make the demands properly so that we can arrive at a conclusion. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clear enough.
I can't hear you well.
I'm sure that your network over there must be poor. Hello, good morning to you.
Antimata, I greet you. Mr. Sonny the Prince calling.
Mr. Sonny, where have you been? Good morning.
Thank you. The man just made a suggestion. He has not arrived to 1 million. If the economy will not improve, the 200,000 they propose pay them 1 billion, 1 million. 1 billion. Starting off grant is 500 million. So this money put it together, it can still go a long way in taking care of civil servants. There has been already existing agreement between federal government and the labor. All they need to do is to arrive on one particular thing. So, okay, we're paying you 100,000 or 50,000. Then not setting up a committee again and paying them 1 billion.
That would be useful.
To set up what do they want to set up? There's existing agreement between labor and the federal government. All you need to do just for you to review the agreement.
Hello, Sonny the Prince, are you there?
Arrive on particular amount.
Yes.
You can be able to offer them, coupled with the economy meltdown.
Yeah.
Because you increase you float the naira exchange rate, hoping that it will help your economy. Before I could say that, if you stabilize the economy, now it rise about 75,000 naira back. Your mood of rise about 2,000 plus. So if you are paying somebody 30,000 or 50,000, will such thing take him home? And talk about cost of transportation and the rest of all that. So government costs the problem. So government is the only one that can solve the same problem they cost. Because in government, you need to come into government, see how the government is being run, see if it's something you can be able to do or not. You cannot just say because Buhari government has removed it, because of that you announce it. Buhari increase Obasanjo increase rate to 17 naira. Yar'Adua bring it back to 65 naira, so that it will help him to manage his government. So when you know.
That ended. Well, sorry about that. Please do call us back so that we can hear from you. Very limited time. Let's read this message. Good morning, Martha. This is James from Suleja. Hi, James. How are you doing today? He says, first things first, let me start with Labour. Would no Labour lost leaders have been compromised and are all acting out a script? Well, we don't know that. Now, a reasonable Labour union would be asking for the government to tackle the inflation which has affected the value of wages received by workers. Secondly, I was telling someone days ago how the government will soon begin to shift blames to businesses as being responsible for the inflation. Martha, a businessman stocks up on product when it is prices are skyrocketing. Anyone can call it panic buying, but he's simply putting his money in commodities instead of having his cash lying in the bank. Of product and import duties have gone haywire. Amongst every factory runs a diesel generator. Every importer pays duties and other clearing charges and costs on the commodities they bring in. Do you know customs adjusted import duties twice in a day less than 2 weeks ago? I think it is about 1,400 and 400, within that range, from about 700 to 900 and then 1,400. Well, continuing, he says the government is trying to shift the blame, and it's a shame Nigerians have failed and are falling for it by buying the whole hoarding narrative. The president is talking about mechanizing farming. Can you mechanize farms that the farmers haven't been able to access? Martha, are you aware? This is it. This is where we find ourselves right now. And honestly, there's just very little you'd be able to say about this, because, every single aspect